players that they just don't want to play at all are the Japanese players. So
well, it was bound to happen.
yeah, it was bound to happen. You can't avoid it out here. These two players have a lot of history between each other. Starting off again with the Sephiroth, I like how Ken has been able to take advantage with this character pick, not going the tried and true Sonic that we're so used to seeing.
Yeah, good. He was so clean on the first game. We've seen how he was playing about that range and all. Now, we've seen how PASERIMAN can do the same thing if he's in the lead. And we need to see how he does behave under pressure. No! My, again, catching him here. This is how well you know that they know each other.
Yeah, he knew immediately where he was going to be right there, too.
He started charging the outside. I know you're going to get there.
It looked like he charged it like a mile away, too. He is still going to be able to get that first stock here. And I feel like this is going to be a similar problem like we saw within our first set versus Ken and Raflo, where that sword is going to be an issue. When you have PASERIMAN wanting to approach with some of these nairs, trying to dance around these platforms, you know that Ken's going to be ready. Nice little parry and nice conversion off of that, too, already. 61%, trying to catch him because that up smash covers that entire platform.
That shield has seen so many better days than now. And you can see already PASERIMAN going for those smash. He wants to end this quickly because the wing is there, so he knows that the next interaction is going to get killed.
Wow,
however, finding a good DI here on the side of Ken is going to let him alive a bit more. Is he going to find a good fair, good backer, just as we've seen against Raflo?
He knows the backer's coming out. You saw that air dodge. He gets right back to that ledge. The patience and the respect, though. Both these players literally holding shield right next to each other. The rising nair coming in now from Ken. Doesn't get that initial backer. Instead of throwing out a second one, immediately resets spacing.
Again, this is the difference in mindset between the players here. You can see that Ken has a lot more experience. He can actually manage to dance around PASERIMAN. He can manage to put him into those situations where he has all the options with a good up air. And perfectly well done by the Japanese player here. Is it going to be a 3-stock?
That was so funny. PASERIMAN comes from the heaven platform and immediately presses up smash when he comes back down, and Ken waits for it. He knows. He wanted it. I mean, of course, that is going to be what allows him to take the stock right there without putting himself in a vulnerable position like trying to use back air instead, because you are going to get outspaced. I mean, this is Sephiroth here, but it's the fact that he keeps trying to force his way to land center stage that is the reason why he keeps getting caught.
Again, as you just said, and you can see again the stock count just to confirm what you were saying. One stock ahead. Oh, good jab here from the side of PASERIMAN. But nonetheless, one stock behind, and Ken again in the stage control. However, compared to the game against Raflo, I think he's juggling around a bit more against around those platforms.
So PASERIMAN doing a really good job at now trying to focus. Oh, that would have been crazy because that single hit right there. You would have gone a little bit too far. That would
have been great because there's still no wing on the side of Ken. You could have just gimped that stock and maybe get back in there. However, the percent's already 110% on the side of PASERIMAN. If he's not wary of the situation, he can just pop that wing and he will just explode.
The re-grab, you see the punish, but I believe Ken already knowing that he was going to get the wing, he had no issue, but the backer he's definitely going to get an issue with because he had the platform right there so that way he can mix up the timing on the backer and he's going to empty hop on there.
Considering what was on the table, that was literally the best situation for PASERIMAN here. Getting rid of that wing quickly and then again getting in a good situation because up to now, it's been, what, half a minute or so that he was the one connecting the hits and connecting and executing later on his advantage spaces. And it's still going on. So, again, going for that shine. But he needs to be wary because, again, 120%, a next backer can kill him even from the middle of the terrain.
That's why you see Ken having it out. He knew he was going to tech roll in right there, timing on the up air. Oh, the side B to catch him even though he actually tech rolled back in?
Yes, oh, that's interesting because, again, among all the characters,
great DI,
Yo, sit in there, but hang it there. So, among all the characters in the roster, Fox is so fast that he can actually go for those options, finding a nair to a smash again. And I love how he realized that, yeah, wait, actually, if you go for those back air, I can just shield them and go and punish later on because I'm fast enough to reach you. And this is what he did there. He did manage to get back in the game, going, I think, from one stock behind to taking the game. Perfectly well done.
PASERIMAN is one of those players where it quite literally isn't over until it's over.
Yes.
The way that he plays is always as if he loves to live on the edge, and it is actually insane. As casters, you love to see that type of like play
surprise
style.
us.
He's like, you don't understand. I'm like a raid boss. You will not take me down until it's really over out here. So
I have nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Now moving on here, PASERIMAN making sure that even if some of these raw conversions didn't land, like him predicting the tech roll in on the platform and him trying to get that up smash, even the up air follow-up out of the side B, it's fine as long as he goes for those those resets with that one up smash that he needs, especially if he has a little bit of rage, he's in a good position.
Yes, as you said, he knows that he can get back into those goal positions once he connects one of those hits, and he took a lot of info in that game too. Is he going to apply the same information for game 3? And is Ken going to adapt? Because we've seen how now the side is or connecting on the side of PASERIMAN, and he's finally getting damage on Ken. Next smash, again, he's going to fish for them, you can be sure of it.
And at this moment, PASERIMAN with that game lead right here, you can see how he's now knowing that he doesn't have to really get too overly aggressive. He's dancing around Ken's shield because he wants to close in that gap.
That nair.
Beautiful right there. Yeah, off of that nair, and he gets that backer. He is playing on fire, 42% and climbing at the moment. Gets a down tilt though, and it's about catching that.
Oh my!
What
DI
way to
again!
actually completely delete that lead that he built up for himself.
He was at 70%, finding a good up smasher again on a recovery from the side of PASERIMAN, just like in game 1, resetting the whole situation. We are back into square one, except it's the last game of the set. Okay, finding a good jab here, but only 18%. Again, we've seen how Ken is at ease on the ledge. We just need to PASERIMAN need to find a way to apply pressure on him.
Fair coming out the back air now. Trying to slice and dice the down tilt too into the fair. Just getting some of that extra damage before resetting back onto the stage. You see these nair options coming in. The up tilt to scoop him right back up. He is feeling himself. You got to watch out a little bit here because, you know, this is Ken that we're talking about.
Yes.
You can see how he's been catching him the moment that he keeps PASERIMAN up in the air.
Oh, and finding a jump, catching a jump here. There's no more option to recover. Obviously going to be caught here. This is maybe the only problem with PASERIMAN, with Fox here. Your recovery is kind of linear when you're out of options. So obviously he was going to get covered here with that counter. He got killed, and we have to remind you that he was the one ahead a few minutes ago.
Oh, gets that, keeps him up in the air with the nair.
Okay, now again, PASERIMAN maybe again doing the same thing as game 2, maybe?
Ooh, he was predicting the jump from the ledge, trying to catch him with the up smash. He is at 88% right now. He catches him with the nair into the up smash, and that's what he constantly knows his win condition and the percent win Josie.
I also know what he's doing. Ken has been going for those short up fair, short up back air for ages, and now he did manage to find a way to counter it. If you're going for a short hop, I'm just going for a full hop, go above your sword, and then land near to you and punish it later on. And you can see how the momentum changed again. Even this is the last game, last stock of the set. Who's going to take the win? We have to remind you again, Ken has the set count up to now. Can PASERIMAN do the impossible, maybe?
Let's see right now, the side B. He caught him in the initial start of that side B right there, the final hit of the fair coming in. See Ken desperately trying to go to the ledge, trying to get ledge invincibility.
Yeah, but he's in one wing
grab.
The good down smash, catching the drop of the ledge, and PASERIMAN finding the kill, finding the game, and finding the set, resetting the situation between the two of the players. Wow, again, this was perfect. 2-1 for PASERIMAN here.
That was actually crazy right there. With the way that both these players have played so many times for it to go down to the wire like this, these two players have played time and time again with Ken winning those last 3 sets like we keep talking about.
As I was saying, it's surprising considering it was on a 3-win streak. The win streak has been broken. And in what way? He did manage to adapt. He was behind on game 1. He was behind on game 2. But he did realize a few things about the game plan of Ken and did manage to, well, readjust his way to approach. And the patience we were kind of complaining about on set 1 against, well, Cirque just before, saying that, well, he was in a mindset that wasn't great against Samus. He did manage to get out of that mindset and just get rolled in that game.
At
That
least
was
in that
perfect.
second game. And you know, you pointed out something where he started doing full hops to avoid those back airs and those fairs. Similarly, he actually was doing that against Siski, against those fairs that we kept talking about that he was avoiding. But it's the fact that he's so quick to be aware of those